liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Sisson.
Here.
Carroll.
Here.
Zumwalt. Here. Huffman.
Here.
Hughes. Kane. Here. Fleming.
Here.
Kellenberger.
Here.
We have a quorum. First order of business tonight is recognition of officers Nicely and Lamb. Is the chief here? There's the chief.
All right. First, thank you for allowing us to take this opportunity to recognize some of our officers when they perform a task or a duty that is above and beyond their normal day-to-day operation. This award, they are both receiving the same award from the American Police Hall of Fame, which is a merit award for excellent arrest. And this award is issued to law enforcement officers who make a notable arrest of a dangerous felon. And it's kind of interesting because I'm kind of glad we're doing these two on the same night, because this is an incredible mix of some old school techniques and methods and someone taking on new technology and utilizing that in their investigative techniques. First award goes to Officer Eric Lamb, who routinely conducts patrols of residential areas, businesses, and looks very proactively to find people who are violating property crimes, which is something that we happen to have, and that being good at that takes a measured focus on that, and it is not fun. It takes a long time, and he has had great success in it. And when I give these two awards, the award that matches what they've done is merit for an excellent arrest. But these are both in recognition of their continued efforts in how they continue to do their duties and how they utilize these efforts. I enjoy watching this as we have this mix of old and young officers at the same time. Let's see, seasoned. But on this specific detail, Officer Lamb was on routine patrol in the area of knee house cycles, and he observed someone that we know to be a habitual burglar who has committed burglaries that are extensive. So he established a surveillance point, putting him in a position where he could continually surveil this individual, knowing that there was the potential that he had intent to commit a crime. And he observed this person approach a vehicle in the Victory Lane parking lot and enter the vehicle, committing the act of burglary, and interrupted him while he was in progress of that offense, which took hours of work on his part and curtailed our property crimes because of the amount of burglaries and property crimes this individual had committed, who will certainly be bound for prison thanks to these efforts. So in recognition of those efforts, I'd like to present this award for that excellent arrest. Officer. All right. And the kind of opposite end of that, we have taken on an amount of technology in the last several years that has advanced our abilities to communicate, to be able to document and track offenses, and one of those was our LPR system. Tyler Nicely is our in-house IT expert. He has taken on these roles. He has trained people in how to use them. He has dug deep into their own capabilities within the software that we purchased, and has found ways to use that at a level that none of us currently are at. So he tutors each and every one of us. And in that, he, on this occasion, and on several more, has worked alongside with our drug task force in trying to surveil and track vehicles through LPR systems that are attached to a multi-state system. And he sat and awaited a vehicle having some information that it was traveling to the city for the purpose of obtaining narcotics. Similar system, as he knew the potential route, he set up him and some other officers. He led them to put themselves in a position to execute a traffic stop if it were possible. And where he set himself up, he was able to observe a driver who he knew to have an outstanding warrant for his arrest, giving him probable cause for a stop that he then relayed into the arrest of several subjects who he suspected at the time of bringing a large amount of heroin or fentanyl into our city. This resulted in a positive alert with a canine. We had several officers that he had coordinated on his own to gather in this area to assist him in executing this arrest if he were able to make that stop. And one of the females who was inside this vehicle concealed a large amount of what was found to be fentanyl on her person that was ultimately discovered at the jail after they had secured and detained her in a fashion that she could not then further destroy that evidence. He utilizes these systems. He works with our task force to help notify when things are coming into town, and I believe that has caught on as we just had a traffic stop in the county that's related to these same type of tactics. So we were very fortunate to have him in here to be mentoring some of us seasoned individuals on how to use this new stuff, and we appreciate his continued efforts, and we're very proud of everything you've done. So this award goes to Officer Tyler Nicely. All right. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Chief. Okay, so to continue with good news concerning our police department, we have just received $6,000 from Crime Stoppers for evidence incinerator to safely destroy evidence such as narcotics. So I'm sure the chief had quite a bit to do with that. Fire department received $250 grant from Harbor Freight for equipment. And the fire department also sent a dive team to the Metro East to evacuate residents that Clemson flooded. So we're active in serving the entire region. So they all need to be congratulated when you get on. Now can I have a motion to accept the minutes from the July 2nd, 2024 meeting? Alderman Garrell makes the motion. Second. Alderwoman Huffman seconds. Any additions or corrections? Roll call, please.
Sisson. Gerald. Zumwalt. Huffman. Payne. Fleming. Kellenberger.
Motion passes. Now I ask for a motion to direct the city clerk to transfer funds from the city sales tax to the city's general fund, to issue checks, and authorize to pay the bills and process payroll. Alderman Kellenberger, thank you. A second, please. Alderwoman Sisson, thank you. Any additions or corrections to the bills you found? Roll call, please.
Gerald. Zumwalt. Huffman. Payne. Fleming. Kellenberger. Sisson.
Motion passes. Alderman Garrell.
I make a motion to approve a resolution approving the sole source proposal from Vandenberg Engineering to replace install control panel and valve pipes for the North Monroe lift station for the amount not to exceed $36,395.11.
Thank you. Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Alderwoman Payne seconds. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Zumwalt. Huffman. Payne. Fleming. Kellenberger. Sisson. Gerald.
Alderman Garrell.
I make a motion to approve a resolution approving the sole source proposal from Vandenberg Engineering to replace 7 lift station alarms and install 4 additional alarms for the amount not to exceed $87,617.63.
Thank you. Can I get a second? Okay. Alderwoman Zumwalt seconds. Any discussion? Bill, can you, explain why we're going sole source on all of these items?
So the, alarm systems that we have are, pretty old system from back in the late eighties, from when they started installing them. Currently, George Alarm has, the alarm system, but the technology is very low. In fact, this last rain that we just had on Tuesday morning, four of our lift stations have alarmed out, but they failed to know anybody that they were in need of assistance. I think two of them had high water alarms and two of them had a power failure, which we didn't find out until we actually came into work later, about 3 hours later. We was making our round checking the lift stations, and that's when they found that they was failed and they was off actually, so they had to restart them. But, so the old technology on the old alarms, they're not very sensitive, they're unreliable. And this new alarm system, it has an app that you can put on your phone, and anytime we have a storm, any one of us can bring that app up, and we can see what that lift station is doing. We can see if the pumps are running, we can see how much water is inside of it. But each month, we can print out a report that will show how many gallons that, lift station pumped, and how many hours the pumps ran. So, not only is it, great for monitoring, but you can use it for, like long-term planning to see what, you know, if you sense that you're gonna have a problem in the future, and it'll give you information that, you know, 5 years or 10 years from now, we may have to plan to upgrade this lift station. You know,
I think we have that, the need for it is there, I'm just wondering if
Right.
the sole source is what I'm asking.
Oh.
No one else has this equipment?
Yeah, not to the capability of this, that these do. So, you know, there are other systems out there, but they don't all have this capability and ease of accessibility from the, from like a.
So we're replacing the systems we have, or are we adding to the systems
No,
we have?
we're
Adding features.
replacing the systems that we have. And currently, we have 12 lift stations and only 8 of them have an alarm on them. So the ones that don't have an alarm, we're adding these alarms to them too. So when we get done, all of our lift stations will have the same type of alarm system in it.
We're replacing 7 and adding 4 additional alarm systems, and then for the other 2 items that are sole source, our current lift stations are all fleet, and we like to keep them in the same brand so that we only have to stock one brand of materials in case we do need to do a repair. And speaking with Bill, it sounds like Vanda Venter is the only, they're the only ones who sell fleet in the area, and Pear is the one who's licensed for this region to install them.
So Bill, it's gonna make us more efficient, cause right now, the alarms go off, someone gets up, middle of the night, now they can stay home, maybe fix the issue from home, is what you're saying?
Yeah, you can reset the pumps from your phone. You can see what the problem is, you know, before you even head out there. Like right now, if we have an alarm, it just tells us that there's an issue. It doesn't necessarily say what it is, so we have to, you know, in the middle of the night, get dressed, go out there.
And those are overtime hours, so I would
Yeah,
think it'd
correct.
save us money in the long run.
Okay, thank you, Bill.
Yeah.
Okay, we have a motion and a second, roll call please.
Huffman.
Aye.
Payne. Fleming.
Aye.
Kellenberger.
Aye.
Sisson. Garrett.
Aye.
Zumwalt.
Motion passes, Alderman Garrett.
Okay.
Number 3.
Yeah. Sorry about that. I make a motion to award a low bid proposal from Roosters American Asphalt for the work on South Jackson Street Tyler Street with repaving and curving work for the amount not to exceed $333,950.
Thank you. Can we get a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Alderman Fleming, seconds. Any discussion?
So nobody local really wanted to bid on this, huh? We did everything the right way and no one wanted to bid?
It was put out for bid twice.
That's crazy.
Yeah, this is a long overdue project, so.
The expected time on this would be what?
It'll be this fall,
This fall?
probably, late September, October.
Completed by?
I'd say completed by November 15th.
No other questions? Roll call, please.
Kane. Aye. Fleming.
Aye.
Kellenberger.
Aye.
Sisson.
Aye.
Garrell.
Aye.
Zumwalt. Huffman.
Aye.
Motion passes. Alderman Garrell.
I make a motion to approve a resolution approving a sole source proposal from Eric Fleming and Heating to replace the current lift station and force main at the beach house for the amount not to exceed $233,970.
Thank you. Can I get a second?
Second.
Alderwoman Sisson, second. Any discussion?
These funds are coming out of,
They're in the budget.
They
Just
are?
Basically.
they are budgeted?
Yes, these are all budgeted.
Okay.
Most of them are coming from capital sales tax.
Any other questions? Roll call, please.
They're putting the lift station in, we're getting the lift station from Abandonment, is that right?
Yes.
Roll call, please.
Fleming.
Aye.
Kellenberger.
Aye.
Sisson.
Aye.
Garrell.
Aye.
Zumwalt. Huffman.
Aye.
Kane. Aye.
Motion passes. Alderman Fleming.
I have a discussion item about energy transition community grant in the amount of $96,426 from the DCEO to be used to assist with engineering fees for water main improvements consisting of approximately $8,380 of 8 and 6 water main hydrants, meters, service lines, etc.
So a requirement of this grant is to have a public discussion on it. We were notified that we're eligible for the $96,426 due to the coffee and power station closing down. So we have been earmarked for these funds. We just have to determine what we would like to use them for and then apply. We decided it would be best to pair these with a project that we already know we're doing and use them as match funds. So this would be match funds for a project that we already have a grant for and have some money in the budget on. It would just be a supplement.
Any questions?
So this is just discussion, so if something happen later, I assume, piggybacking off this?
Yes, yep.
Thank you, Alderman Fleming. Alderman Kellenberger.
Make a motion to approve a resolution of support and commitment of local funds for a DCEO RDMS grant.
Can we get a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Alderman Payne, seconds. Discussion? Roll call, please.
Kellenberger.
Aye.
Sisson.
Aye.
Garrell.
Aye.
Zumwalt. Huffman.
Aye.
Kane. Aye. And Fleming.
Aye.
Motion passes. Alderman Kellenberger.
To make a motion to approve a resolution for professional service agreements with Milano and Grunlock Engineering LLC for grant administration, design engineering services, and construction engineering services for DCEO DCDBG Public Infrastructure Grant for Water System Improvements.
Thank you. Can I get a second? Alderman Huffman, seconds. Discussion? Roll call, please.
Sisson.
Aye.
Garrell.
Aye.
Zumwalt. Huffman.
Aye.
Kane. Aye. Fleming.
Aye.
Kellenberger.
Aye.
Motion passes. Alderman Kellenberger.
Make a motion to approve a resolution approving a consulting services agreement with Government Consulting Solutions.
Thank you. Can we get a second?
I'll second.
Alderman Earl, seconds. Any discussion? You want further explain, or it's all in?
Yeah.
No questions? Roll call.
Garrell.
Aye.
Zumwalt. Huffman.
Aye.
Kane. Aye. Fleming.
Aye.
Kellenberger.
Aye.
Sisson.
Aye.
Motion passes. Alderman Kellenberger.
Make a motion to approve a resolution authorizing the execution of electric line extension agreement with refundable deposit for non-residential developers with Ameren, Illinois Company.
I'll second that.
Thank you, Alderman Fleming. Any discussion or questions?
The overall cost of this, is it still within everything we talked about, or?
Yes, this is within our budget. We were presented with two options, and this is the lesser of the two options. And speaking with multiple people, we think this is a very good place to start for the electric and will allow us to stay within our timeline. I will note, typically with big payments like this, we try to have this be on the list of bills. Ameren wasn't able to get us a bill in time for tonight's meeting. So as soon as we get that invoice for the $435,000, we will have to pay that for them to be able to order materials, so we may need to pay it before the next meeting when you would see it on the bills.
And that will come from,
Long-term economic development.
And Brianne, Bill, great job on this. I know this has been several years and Ameren is not easy. That's a nice way to put it. It's been a long time, and I know Ameren's not easy to deal with, so good job getting us on the home stretch here.
Roll call, please.
Zumwalt. Huffman.
Aye.
Payne. Fleming.
Aye.
Kellenberger.
Aye.
Sisson. And Gerald.
Motion passes, and Alderwoman Huffman.
Make a motion to approve an ordinance to assign a city lease from Christopher R. Fox and Melissa A. Fox to Christopher R. Fox as trustee of the Christopher R. Fox Trust.
Thank you. Second. Alderman Gerald seconds. Any discussion? The exception out here is that we will not be charging them 2% for the transfer. Other than that, it's, normal business. Roll call, please.
Huffman.
Aye.
Payne. Fleming.
Aye.
Kellenberger.
Aye.
Sisson.
Aye.
Gerald.
Aye.
Zumwalt.
Motion passes. Now I'd like a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Alderman Gerald, thank you. All those in favor, please leave the room.
Hey.